My name is Jim McLaren. Today is Monday, July the 1st, 2019. Happy Canada Day, everyone. Now, this is the 2019 Subaru Legacy. Now, it comes in 4 different models. 2.51 Standard, just a standard car. 2.51 Touring. 2.51 Sport model. And 2.51 Limited Edition. This particular model is a 2.5i sports model. Each model has different features, whatever you want in your Legacy. Now, one of the things I added to the Legacy was the automatic car start. Now, this feature will cost you $635. Very expensive. Anyway, it's one of the features that I wanted on my car, and it has some unique features. So you have to lock your car. So lock your car. Now it's locked. Now you press this button twice, and it's got a pretty good range. So once, twice. Now see it flash. Your car's going to start now. It beeps. Let you know it's beeping there. And it gives you the green light saying that you're okay. Your car's... Now I think it stays on for about 13 minutes. It's up to 13 minutes. It stays on. Now you can use it in the summertime, or in the summertime when it was really hot out. You put your air conditioning on, you start it there, cool it down a bit before you go out. And in the wintertime, that's where I bought it, to start up in the cold winter days there. So this particular model, it's a sports model, has some nice features. One thing about the automatic start on this is as soon as you open the door, it stops. That's one of the features I don't particularly care about, but that's how it's set up. So as soon as you open your door, it stops. Now I just covered my license plate up there. I bought it from Subaru of Sudbury. Lynn Renaud was our salesperson. Very knowledgeable about Subaru lineups. And we got the color, the car that we wanted. This is a 4-cylinder boxing engine. Now underneath here, right here the grill is. Not the grill, but behind the grill there's shutters. These shutters open up and close when necessary. So in the wintertime it'll close so you can start up your car. And then when you're driving, it'll open up, so that's wind resistance. If the car gets too hot, it'll open up as well. Here's the Legacy cargo tray. I just bought it directly from Subaru. There's a part number, J501 SAL 510. $89, that's Canadian. And it comes in a plastic bag. And this is how much your cargo tray looks like. It's a lot bigger than I thought. So that's how much space you have in your Subaru Legacy 2019 Sport model. Now this is the trunk of the 2019 all-wheel drive Legacy Sport model. And a little bit about the all-wheel drive. Now, somebody in Florida was giving a demonstration of the Subaru Legacy, and this is all-wheel drive. Well, why would you need that in Florida? You have no snow here. Well, you got rain there, and this thing won't hydroplane when you're having a lot of rainstorms. So that's the one advantage of the all-wheel drive. Another time, my wife's friend, she was in the springtime. She backed down the driveway, and she got her back tire went right down to the fender. She said, "Oh my God, my boyfriend's gonna saying, why'd you back up there? Why'd you do that? Why'd you do this?" So she said, "I floored it and I got out." So it does have advantages of having all-wheel drive. Now there's 3 ways to open the trunk. You can open the trunk from the inside of the car. You can use your key fob, and you can do it in the back. I'll show you there. I just press this, hold it. Now the trunk's open. We'll take a look at the features. Now before we open it up, here is the backup camera, and this is the wide angle camera, so it shows you a bigger, wider selection. So when you're backing up, it has a key in here. That's the key, and unless your key fob's not working, then you can use the key in your key fob. Let's get your lights, and then just by pressing this button here, you can open up your trunk as well. So inside the trunk, you've got these hydraulic arms, so that you don't have to worry about taking up space. These hydraulic arms. The only thing I don't like about them is that when you open the trunk, you take more force to open up the trunk of the car. That's the only thing. On my other 2013 Altima, you pop the trunk and it would lift up right away. This you have to pull up. Now I bought this is for the Legacy. I bought one of those, what they call Legacy cargo tray, and there's the number on it. And $89, and that's Canadian. This cargo tray that's directly from Subaru, and it fits nice, makes a nice add-on. And here's your regular carpet underneath there. Lift it up. Here's where all your wrenches are, and your screwdriver, your lug wrench, and your jack. And this is just a temporary tire. It's not a full tire. Lots of space in here. Lots of spacing, but lots of stuff in here. The seats fold down, 60-40 split. And you pull it here. And you pull it here. Close the trunk. You'll sit in the back seat. Now I'm 6 foot tall. I got lots of room here for my legs in here. And it comes up and it bevels out like this, so you have more room for your legs. The front seat goes all the way back. The passenger seat, even more room. And you have 2 ports here where you charge your phone, and a little cubby hole here. Now in the center, we're just going to pull this down. We'll pull this is the tray that you can put your stuff down, your coffee cups there. Just push that up. And pull this down, and you can see you got lots of space in there. I'll get out of the car and I'll pull the rest of the other one down. Now that sits flat, so you got lots of room in there. Lots of room in your trunk here. You can see the back of it there. Nice and wide here. The width here is nice and wide. Really wide. My Altima is not as good as this. Anyway, this is inside the trunk of the 2019 Legacy Sport model. It's easy access here. Flip the seats back up. It's got that 2-color in the back here. Now this is your key fob for the 2019 Subaru Legacy Sport. I just pulled it out here in the back of the fob. Just press that button there and this key will come out. Now the only time you use this key is if your key fob battery inside is dead. And you'd have to use a manual key, and we'll go here. So that's how you pull it out here. You just put it back in. As long as you have the key in your pocket, you can access the. Just touch it here and you're open. So that little light on here that shines up at night when you go to get in your car. A nice feature. Now here's some of the buttons that you can shut off here. This is for your trunk. Open your trunk. This is for your dash, the brightness of your dash. This is traction control off. This is blind side and rear traffic control off. This is lane departure off. And this is forward and backward collision off. Now, we'll pop the trunk in a second. We'll just take a quick look at the seat here. There's 3 different buttons. This is the Lombard here. That's really handy. I like that feature, the Lombard. And this is the move it back and forth. I'm not sure how many positions, 18 positions. And this is to go forward or backwards. Now the underneath there, the hood release is underneath there. You have to kind of feel for it. It's hard to show you the camera. Just feel for it. Pull it. There's the symbol on the trunk of the hood release. This is a 175 horsepower Boxer 4-cylinder engine. Now to get to the hood latch, just run your finger down here and you'll feel it. right there. Pull up. It's got the hydraulic lifts on it, which makes it nice. There's your lever here, so I just run my finger down here to pull it, release it here. Now I'm not going into too much detail inside this boxer 4. I'm just going to show you the basic features inside here. So this is where your oil, check your oil is here, nice and handy. Your oil fill is here. This is your oil engine filter. This is your coolant. This is your battery. Your battery is nice and easy to get at if you had to charge it up. This is your windshield washer fluid here. This is your filler for your brake, I guess. So this is a 4-cylinder, and there's the drive belts down here. Nice compact engine here. 4-cylinder, 175 horsepower, a boxer engine, and 174 torque, I think. Here's your air filter in here. Nice compact. And the hydraulic pistons there make it easy to open and close the hood here. When you're exiting the vehicle, you can lock it from here. Just lock it here, or just shut the vehicle door and then just double touch this and it's locked. And that light, just that light that was on there, that shines at night so that when you get out of your car you can see stuff. This mirror is collapsible, and it's got this kind of satin finish and black on the bottom here. And it's got the 18-inch wheels, which makes it a very nice ride. 2019 Subaru Legacy has heated windshield wipers. It's not actually the windshield wipers, it's inside on the dash, and you can see the outline of the heater inside on the dash here. It's hard to see. That's where it goes. It goes the whole length of the windshield. And that's where your eyesight is. So it comes out right across to about here. So that's exactly where your windshield wipers are. Now we're going inside the car and we're going to check. You see your gas cap release. I'd rather have it up here, but it's on the floor. You just pull up. And it's on the passenger side of the car. He even has a holder there. You're pumping gas here. Unleaded gas. We're inside the car now and show you some more features. We're inside the Subaru Legacy 2019 Sport model, and just put my foot on the brake here, and the light for the engine start button comes on, and just touch it while you have the keys on you. The RAB off, I don't know if you saw that. Show it up on the screen. Try to put it on. It's automatic when you put the reverse on. So put it in reverse, and it's a nice wide angle camera on the Subaru. Really nice. So you can see a wide range, both sides of the car here. Very nice. Nice having that. That's our RAB is on, and it's automatically on, so it shows an off on the screen when you start the car, but when you put it in reverse it shows on, and as well as this. Go back and park. Now we'll talk about some of the features. Here's your controls. Now I like the way they have it set up here. the controls. Your settings are on the actual knobs here, so you can set whatever you want here. You know, the driver has his own setting, passenger has their setting, and if you want to sync it, you just hit sync here. That'll sync the driver's as well as the passenger side. So that syncs it from the driver's side to the passenger side. Here's your different modes. We'll just shut that off now. Here's your different modes here. And you see the icon up here where you want here. Now it shows, which I like, is the time and the outside temperature, and then your whatever your settings are actually on the control knobs there. So you have auto, it'll come on there, full auto, and then it'll speed up your fan here. This is your fan settings if you want to increase it here. It gets really noisy. AC, and then maximum AC when you get in your car and it's very, very hot. And down here is circulation. Here the car circulate there. And here's your front defrost and rear defrost, and it's got those two buttons here, and that means that this is what you turn on to heat your windshield wipers in the wintertime. That's where it is turned on here. Now I'm not sure if the mirrors are heated too, I'm not sure. So this is, the other thing is you have heated seats both sides, the passenger and the driver's side, and there's 3 different heat settings. Just press the button. Same thing on the passenger side. Just press the button. Whatever setting you want. So 3 settings on your heated seats. Now you have a CD player. Lots of newer cars, the Dodge ones, I don't think I have the CD players anymore. Kind of lost that feature. Now your home screen, and now we're gonna go through all the settings on this thing because it's just too many. We'll go through some of them. This is the settings here. Now the driver profile, you can set up your driver profile for each person in the car. And I already set mine up, and my wife has set hers up. Now the driver profile, you need to have Bluetooth to your phone, so you need to have Bluetooth connected. And what it does, I did a separate video on this, so I'll leave the link below. What it does is it sets up your driver profile to whatever you want, to your shortcuts, to your favorite radio stations, and then it saves it under your profile. So you can have your own radio stations and your own shortcuts. It's kind of a neat thing about this driver profile. And just go down slowly down here to some of the other things that you can set up here. And now sound. I'm not going to go through all these settings, but here's where you set all your sound on your car here. You know, your phone volume, ringtone volume, alert beeps, speed volume, and then this is your phone. This is connected to my phone now, and we had the exact same phone. I had set my phone so it's Jim, so I know it's mine, and then my wife still got hers on the Galaxy 18 vehicle. Here's some settings for the clock adjustments, auto, interior light, 30 seconds. All that stuff can be set here. Let's go back to the home screen here. And you can add apps here. This is your add apps. So Subaru, Starlink, car Apple Play. This is Android Auto here. You download this, and then you can set maps. So that I'll show you that later. So this Android Auto thing, you can by connecting to USB cable through your phone, you can add maps to this. So it doesn't have maps on this phone, but you use your phone to show the maps on the screen. It's very, very nice. Back to the home screen here, and here's your media stuff. That's when you have a USB connector or a disc or something. That's where that goes. Back to the home screen here. Subaru Starlink, that you have to pay for that, so I'm not going to go into that. I already added a shortcut here. So if you want to add shortcut here, so whatever apps you want, traveling, sports, not a heck of a lot. Just the weather, add that. So now there's 3 different things when you swipe over here. Now I have the travel link for the weather and the fuel, and there's a third. So you can add 3 pages of different shortcuts. So that'd be 12 different shortcuts you can, or 12 different icons you can have on this screen. This is the volume control for the radio, your CD player. That pretty much covers that area of the 8-inch. This is called the 8-inch touchscreen. It's very nice and very bright, easy access. Somebody was complaining that it was far to reach for the radio here. I don't find it far because I'm driving. It's hard to see these apps, let alone these. So it's nice to have it there. And then of course you got on your steering wheel, you have your radio as well. Now here's your hazard. You put your hazards on here, and going down to the center console here. So you have your change, and inside here is the compartment here. I got a wired hooked up here, and inside there you've got 2 USBs. You got a DIN connector and a 12-volt connector in here. This is a little plastic thing that, just leave that in there. So this is where you connect your wires for your phone, for your maps. It's got 2 cup holders here. It's got the parking, electronic parking brake, and you just pull up on it and the light will come on here. And it shows up in your dash here by the tachometer there. Now to shut it off, you just put your foot on the brake and you just press down. Now it's off. The parking brake is off. Very simple, very easy. Here's the center console here, and down there is Elvis there, and in the center console this comes out. So this comes out. Now there's arrows lining up this thing. You put it back in. You can see the arrow here. So when you take it out, you put it back in and line up the arrows to put it back in. And we'll talk about Elvis in a minute here. Sit around here, relax Elvis for a minute there. Right down the side is another 12-volt connector here. And the neat thing too is if you're running wires, you can run the wires through here and then not be interfering. If you run them on your phone, take this down. Now, Elvis, been with me for a while here, and they used to hang him from the mirror here. Not no more. When I bought my car, the first thing they told me is don't hang anything from the mirror. It interferes with your eyesight here. And the other thing they told me about the eyesight, don't clean the glass and the eyesight, just leave them be and don't touch them. Get your fingerprints on them. Now going to the steering wheel here, and it's got that blue stitching on here. I don't know if you can see it. It's got blue stitching, and the steering wheel is a good. I like the grip of it. It's a nice size. It's got lots of features that I wanted. It's got one of the things I wanted was adaptive cruise control, and that's a very neat feature to have on the Subaru. And what happens is you set your speed, say to 90 kilometers an hour. In Canada, it's kilometers an hour, not miles an hour. So you set your speed where you want, say 90 kilometers an hour. Now this button is how you set it. Now that's a picture of that's a speedometer, not a clock. So you're not setting your time, you're setting your speed. Anyway, you hit that button and watch the center console here. Now it shows you that we're not moving here because you'd have to set your speed, but it shows you 4 car lengths. Now, adaptive cruise control allows you to set your car lengths from 4 down to 1, and you do that by hitting these buttons here. So now we want to go down, so just hitting this button, and it takes them one at a time down to 1. I usually set it about 3 to 4. Now, when you set your cruise control, you hit the set here to set your cruise control, then you hit resume. It wants you. But if you're traveling behind somebody, and that person is, say, driving 90 kilometers an hour, you're behind them, they slow down, your car will slow down to their speed. If they speed back up to 90, you'll go back up to 90. They go to 110, you'll still stay at 90, wherever your speed is set at. That's so nice to have because you're not constantly taking it off cruise control. So nice to have that. That was one of the features that I wanted on my car. And here's your stuff with your radio here, and the volume up and down here. And then you can get your stations here where you want. You have to have the radio on. And here's your phone. And we'll just hit the phone here for a sec here. Now it shows the how much my provider here, and then it shows my 60%. Now, if you want to change your device in the car, say your wife has Bluetooth, or you change it there, switch it over. Now, it has all kinds of stuff here, and it's kind of neat the way it's set up. So it has your phone book in here. It has all your phone books, so you can search nice and easy here. It has a keypad in here. And then it has messages here. And then it has recent calls here. Has all nice little features now. And now, when you're getting a call, if you get a call or a text when you're driving, it'll show play or read. Now, it won't read you the text because you're driving, but it'll actually play. It'll give you it'll tell you what the text is, or describe what the text is. So that's a nice, handy feature of the phone here. Now, going to the center console here, we're just going to look. This is the temperature of your car. This is your RPM. And then the other side is your speedometer. And then your gas gauge. And the gas is on the points to the passenger side. There's a little arrow there that points to the passenger side of the car. And it holds 15 imperial gallons, 18 US gallons, and 70 liters of gas. In Canada, we go by liters of gas. Now, the center console there, you can see the mileage here and the trip meter. The trip meter is reset down here, right here. You can see it right there, trip reset. And oh, the one thing I forgot to mention about the cruise control, there's a safety feature built into it. Now, if you're on cruise control and you take your seatbelt off, now you have to be in drive, so I have to put it in drive here. And you see when I put my foot on the brake, the light comes on the car there, on the car on the screen, on the right here. Now it says ready, so if you take your seatbelt off, what should happen? That comes off, so you don't have cruise control. It's a safety feature. You don't have your seatbelt on, you do not have cruise control. That's a safety feature built in here. Now, it does have paddle shifters here. There's one here, the positive here, and the negative here. And it's easy access here. You don't have any, you can access it easy. And then you just pull your shifter down all the way over and then push it over. Now you're in manual mode. and then you'll see your whatever gear you're in. So I'll just hit the positive here, and it'll change it to 2, and then back to negative, back to 1 here. So that's your manual shift on the paddle shifters. I don't use it, so we'll just put it back into park here. Now the center console here, or up here, that's your screen is set by your eye set here. It's on your steering wheel right here. Now this brings your buttons up and down here, and this is your eye set. Now you can set a lot of things with this. And let's take a look at the middle. I'm just gonna move up here and then take a look at the middle, see what we have here. So this is the middle one showing now is the time and the outside temperature, and just pressing the button here. So this is it'll show you how many average of how many liters per 100 kilometers. Yeah, now the gas tank shows 1,000 kilometers. Now that's really good. I think the best I got is 840. So it's always on your previous time. So if you're driving, at a good speed and you're not gunning it all the time, that'll change. So the tank's good for 1,000. Usually about 840, 810. I like that feature about how much kilometers you can go on one tank of gas. That was an important feature to me to have on. I hate having a car you only get 600 on it, and then you have to stop to get gas before you get your destination. So that's a nice feature about the Subaru. Let's keep going here. Now this this tells you how many hours, minutes, and how many kilometers you've traveled. We're not in gear, so it's not going to show you the kilometers. It just shows you the time. So this is recorded for 18 minutes already. This is the digital speedometer, so it'll show you what your speed is. That's the one I usually put it on. And this is your media. This is your CD player here. And now this is how you set. I go make sure I get all the. Yeah, we're back. Go back up. Now pull and hold the eye set switch for menu. Now this is down here, and so you pull that and just hold it. And now you have your settings. Now there's 9 different settings there, and you just use your arrows here to go down. So this is screen setting. This is where this is steering response, headlights. This is where you set all your settings. So eyesight. Now eyesight is just setting your tones for it. And this is your rear traffic control and your backup settings. That was the rear RAB, rear backup assist, vehicle settings, default settings, and go back. So say we want to set the steering response headlights here. So just click on this very quickly, just click it once. Now it shows on, off, go back. So I want it on. So just go down there and hold this eye set, and that'll be on now. That goes back. Now it's set. The steering response headlights are set to on. That's how you set your settings. There's a bunch of settings in there you can set. I'm not going to go through it all, just too many to show. Here's one of the things I did forget to show you. This is when you're on a hill and you hit this, and it'll hold your position on the hill. And this is this model has the blue stitching. It's got 2 colors, like a black and like a gray. Where Elvis is sitting here. Glove box. Take the glove box out. This is your manual. It's like a manual as thick as our tax laws in Canada here. Your wheel locks. Now you put this manual in here, and you don't have much room for anything else. You can lock it, I think. Yep, you can lock it. So it's like a two-tone color here. It's looking at a black finish here on this and silver here, and the blue stitching. Your louvers there. Louvers here, you can adjust all this stuff here. Now we're going to go over to the lights here. Now, it's hard to see here. So if you have it on auto, and there's like, this is your auto, this is your running lights, and this is your lights, manual lights, put them on at night. Now, if you leave them on auto, you have what they call high beam assist. And the knocking lights are not going to come on right now because it's too light out. We'll just put it on. There, I have it on manual. So you can see the two light indications. This is for your fog lights up here, and the other one is for your regular lights. Now the fog lights are set down here, right here. You just set them, just turn this knob here. It's hard to see with the camera. Now that fog lights are off. Just turn it back up. Fog lights are back on. Now, this high beam assist works really nice. And you have to go on a certain speed, and it has to be on auto. Put it back to auto. Oh, I'll switch it back here to the... You can manually put your high beams on if you want. So you put it on... So you just click the switch, you're on high beams. Now when you switch it to high beams, your fog lights go off. It's interlocked. So you switch it to high beams, your fog lights go off. So as you switch back, your fog lights are back on. Now the neat thing about this, high beam assist is if you leave it on auto, and you have to do a certain speed, and it has to be fairly dark out. It doesn't work like when it's just at dusk there. It won't work. And what it does is sees the other car and it switches back to low beam, and then as soon as the other car is passed, switches back to high beam. So you're not constantly switching your switch. That's a nice feature. That's one of the features I wanted in my car. The other feature that I wanted in my car, we're going to have to stop and restart. I'll show you. Is here on your lane departure or your blind spot monitoring. It's on the mirror here, both mirrors. And I'll have to start it back up to show you. I'm going to stop the car. When I start it back up, it's going to flash here, so you'll see where your blind side monitoring is there. So you can see it nice and clearly on the mirrors. That's another feature I wanted in my car, and it comes in handy. People always seem to drive in your blind spot. I don't know why, but they seem to always like to drive in your blind spot. And then so the Subaru Legacy, I gotta say, it's really looking through the mirror here. There's no real blind spot side of your car, so you got a lot of, the pillars are thin, so you can see all the traffic around you. That's another thing I like about the Subaru Legacy, is that you see everything around you. You don't have no real blind spots except for the side of your car where you have the indications to tell you, hey, you're gonna get a blind spot here. Here's the mirror. It's auto. It's got a little light on here. And the compass is right on the mirror here. And this is your controls here for your map lights here. Your map lights here, you just push it on, push it off. Here's the settings be on when you leave the car. You can set it off. Here's your sunglasses here. And these have, this is where these come out. So they slide out, so they get to extend. Instead of having this, you can stretch it out. That's another nice feature about the Subaru Legacy. So then the driver's side too. So it'll slide out here. Block that sun from your eyes. And this is where your automatic car starter is located. I have the automatic car starter. That's a nice feature to have. Now looking back up here, your sunroof here, or your moonroof, whatever you want to call it, it slides back here. So it's not just a manual slide. And you have two positions, so that just lets some air in. And you can see there's a kind of like a plastic thing here. Plastic thing that kind of protects it here. And then shut that back down here. And this one opens it all the way up. Now it's not as large as some models, but that's nice. Close that back up. And this just slides back. Now here's the controls for your mirror, and so right and left, and just moves your mirrors wherever you want. I'm going to set my mirrors, don't forget. Now here's your controls for your window, and I find the window goes down pretty quick. I guess I used to my Ultima, a little bit slower than this. Now the Ford, you have the lock and unlock for your car, and you have your windows here, you know, your driver's side, passenger side, and your rear windows in the back seat. Now there's two little grooves on here, little, I don't know what the lines on here. So there's two on here and two on the driver's side, and two on the passenger side, and the back one has one each. So I've done it before. First the window and the back window goes down because I'm feeling for it at night. So there's two little notches on there, so you can feel that those notches on. So I know I got the right one now. Kind of I don't know if they meant to do that, but kind of a nice feature to have. And the windshield wipers here, your settings are right here. And then you have three settings here. Then just set whatever speed you want here. There's only three settings here. And then if you want it on it fast. And an off is all the way up. And to turn your fluid on, you just pull. You just pull it, you don't turn it, you pull it. Now these headrests, you can't do it with one hand and with the camera, but I've actually tilted it forward here. You press this button and it'll tilt all the way forward and then all the way back to where it usually sits. And another thing about, I don't know if you knew this or not, you can take these headrests off. God forbid if you ever went into the water, but you can take these headrests off. There's two, you can use this to break your window. There's two like metal arms in here that'll pull off. Grab that, and then you can break your windows if you ever went into the water. So keep that in mind. It's another thing that a lot of people don't know that the headrest is for. You can do that. Two vanity mirrors too. I forgot to show you that. I don't know who that guy is. Lighted mirrors. Now the other thing too is these map lights here. Map lights, you can get LED lights if you want to. You can get them right from Subaru. That's one of their accessories that you can get. LED map lights here. So you can switch them off. It's not hard to change. You need a kind of a plastic thing here to get this plastic thing off and just change the lights to LED lights. The thought. So this is my new Subaru Legacy sports model. I'm very happy with it. I wanted all the features I wanted in it. I wanted the keyless entry. I wanted the push button start. I wanted adaptive cruise control. I wanted the blind slide blind slide spot. You can alarm you if there's somebody beside you there. And high beam assist, all the features I wanted on this Subaru Legacy Sport model. And again, different levels: basic, touring, sport, and limited. The only thing I'm a little bit would have liked to get was the V6, but that's a whole new. You'd have to go to the limited edition of the car, and you're talking quite a bit more amount, at least $3,000 more for the Boxer 6 engine, and you'd have to get more features like leather seats wherever, so it costs quite a bit more. So I'm very pleased with my Subaru Legacy Sport model, and it drives the 18-inch wheels, makes it a very comfortable drive. And the Boxer 4 is it's a nice engine, but I'd probably prefer the 6. I'm using my wife's phone to use the maps here. You can use maps on the on your Android. You download Android Auto. I'll show you that in a second. So I got it plugged in the USB port here, my cable here, and just my wife's phone on. So it's gonna come up here in a second here. There it goes. Now it's going to show you maps here. And if you look at, say we want to go to the Odessa auction today. I do the runs for Nissan, so go into contacts. Odessa auction here, how to get it set up. You hit that button here. I got the, now it's going to show up in here. So now you get some settings in here, and it tells you how long it's going to take to get the Odessa auction. Shows you 2 different ways to go. You click on that. Now I have it set up for satellite. You can set it up normally here. So satellite, just switch up back. I don't want to mute it. Switch it back to normal maps here. I like the satellite. And just you can set route options here. Avoid motorways, avoid toll roads, avoid ferries. Click that off. There's different settings in here. I'm not going to go through them, but anyway, you can put your Google Maps on here, and just go back to the home screen here. And there's your Android Auto. That's what you have to download. You have to download that to get your maps working on the Subaru Legacy Sport model here. You download that app, and then you're gonna, as soon as you download that app, it's gonna ask you a bunch of questions, and then that's how you sign up for it. Just click that, and you're back into your maps here. So now the advantage of having the maps here. Let's go back to the home screen here. The advantage of having the maps is that it's up to date, and if you buy I think you have to go to the limited edition of the Subaru Legacy to get the maps, and then you have an SD card you have to update, and it costs you money. This way you don't have to worry about your buying the updated SD card. You just use your phone on your maps on your phone. So it's a new unique feature of the Subaru Legacy. And the only thing is you have to have your phone plugged in all the time to use it. It's pretty dark out here. And another feature of the Subaru Legacy, 2019 Subaru Legacy, is that if you have the keys in your pocket, the car is locked, the lights come on for you. Interior lights, there's 2 lights, one in each mirror. And check it. Start it up. Put my seatbelt on. Pause it here. Put in the brake. Start it up. There's your LED lights. And I had the steering response headlamp on. So when you steer the corner it steers the lights around the corner. Like, you can set that feature on or off. Now I have the high beam assist, but this is low beams. High beam assist is on, but the thing is, you have to be moving. So we'll take a look inside the car here. The lights on, home screen here. It's pretty well lit up, and even in the this is where your handle is to open the door. Little blue light in there. All your lights down here. Your cruise control, your volume set for your radio, your eye set here for the middle screen. It's all lit up. Now the only way that the high beams will come on, high beam assist will come on, is if you're driving, and we're not going to drive. We'll just put it on. Just flip the switch to that's just daytime lights. Now we'll just flip the high beam on manually. There's your high beam. That's pretty bright LED lights. So it's low beam, high beam. And again, the adaptive, it only works on automatic, and you have to be going a certain speed for the high beam assist to work. Another nice feature about the Subaru Legacy. Just check the backup camera while we're here. See how bright it is. The LED lights on, and the fog lights on, and the signal light is even on the side of the mirror. Hope you've enjoyed my review of the 2019 Subaru Legacy Sport model, and I'm very happy with this car. My wife and I are very happy with this car. I had a lot of questions for Lynn Renaud when we went in, and I researched it and asked a lot of questions. She had answers for all my questions. So I'd like to thank Lynn Renaud. We got the car we wanted, we got the color we wanted, and everything explained to us in detail and very nicely. Picked up the car it was all detailed very nicely. And I'd like to thank all my subscribers, all new subscribers. Thanks so much for subscribing to my channel. If you watched it the first time today, please subscribe to my channel. Thanks for taking the time to listen to this video today. Have a great day.